Hey guys, Dylan from the Geek Duo here, and today I'll be bringing you my reaction to Hazbin Hotel Season 1, Episode 4, titled Masquerade. Angel struggles to juggle his work and his time at the hotel. Charlie decides it's time to put her princess status to use with Angel's boss. So, just by the premise of this being an Angel episode, I'm pretty sure this is going to be the one with poison in it. So this is going to be a heavy episode. I don't know what Charlie's going to be able to do with Val, because it's sort of implied that he owns Angel's soul. I'm pretty sure that's the contract they were talking about. So I don't know how she's going to work around that unless she wins the soul off of him, which I can't really see that happening. Unless her status as Princess of Hell can force an overlord to relinquish his soul. Also, the thumbnail makes it seem like this is the one with Loser Baby in it, which is the song I warned you in the last episode I'm not going to be able to stop myself from singing along to. So, expect that this episode. Yeah, final thing that I want to point out, and this is something I noticed while watching other people's reactions to it, and no, they didn't point it out. This one I actually clocked before I came across someone who figured it out while watching the episode. But when Camilla was singing about how she wanted to keep the people she cared about safe, she was hugging her daughters. She looks to one, says a line, looks to another, says another line, and then looks to Zestial and says a third line. As in, he's one of the people that she wants to keep safe by not risking a war with heaven. Which is interesting, because, yeah, they said they were old friends, but didn't think they would go that close. Speaking of Camilla and her daughters, how exactly does that work? Because, like, there are really three ways I can think about it. Like, either one, Camilla just adopted a couple of wayward sinners as her daughters while she was in hell. Two, somehow a mother and her two daughters ended up in hell together, all in the same area, all looking the same and everything, which sort of what went on in that family if that's the case. Or three, her daughters were born in hell, which wouldn't that mean they're hellborn and excluded from the exterminations anyway? So her killing the angel to protect them was sort of unnecessary, I guess. To be honest, I don't really know how a hellborn works, because, like, Charlie, she's obviously hellborn. The imps and the hellhounds, they're hellborn. But is it just purely if two sinners get together and they have a kid, that kid's class is hellborn and then, like, exonerated from the exterminations, or do the parents have to meet certain criteria, like Lucifer and Lilith had Charlie, and because of the status, then that made her hellborn? I don't know how that would work with all the imps and that. Who knows? But anyway, I'm just curious as to how the hellborn status works, because if it is just you're born in hell, then you're hellborn, then that takes out one of the two ways in which Camilla has her daughters. And that just leaves either she adopted them or the whole family went down to hell. Which, I mean, it can happen, but sort of makes me question how. Like, what was that family doing? Especially considering she didn't want blood on her hands, despite being an arms dealer. So, clearly it wasn't a violent thing. Hmm. Who knows? I doubt we'll find out, but let's get this started in 3, 2, 1, go. Yep, this is definitely the poison episode, based on that warning. I have also heard a theory about Camilla, but I'll touch on that more on a later episode. If I remember, of course. Okay, so the subtitles sort of spoiled. I wasn't sure if this was going to be a setup to a porn or if he actually did get captured. But it said porn actor. Also, the wolf also has the gold tooth. Do all of Valentine's subjects have the tooth? That sounds like he literally ate ours. Well, yeah. I sort of do want to know what her deal is. It is funny how Husk is down with anything until it turns sexual. I don't know. Fix his boss? Yeah, take Vaggie along with you. Being fair. You don't just walk into a porn studio mid shoot. That was a fair response. Well, there goes the whole thing. Is Angel scared of fire, or is it more scared of? Yeah, it's more Val. Of course, he's a butterfly. His name's Anthony. Unfortunately, her popping off and taking out Valentino wouldn't have done anything to free. And here's the song. Why did Blake have to have such a good voice that even this song is a little catchy? I wish I had something to live for tomorrow. I don't know if that was lighter because I'd already heard the song before and everything, or heavier because I've grown connected to Angel. I didn't realize those spots were eyes. Is Husk ace, or is it because Angel's doing this as a defensive mechanism? Didn't need to take the glass. He's about. Oh, of course we're getting bar battle. Hmm. Hmm. Your back's against the wall, and your whole existence seems fucking hopeless. Nobody has a dive bar bathroom stall. Can't face the world sober and dopeless. You've lost your way. You think your life is wrecked. Well, let me just say you're correct. Wait, what? I'm sorry, I love this song. I didn't realize it had such a heavy scene leading up to, like, it was so close to Angel stuff. Spoozer and only one star reviews. You're a power bottom at rock bottom, but you got company. There was a time I thought that no one could relate to the gruesome ways in which I'm damaged. And then sometimes set you straight. We're all living in the same shit somewhere. I sold my soul to a psychopathic freak. And you think that makes you unique? Get out of here, man. It's actually pretty sad how often I listen to this song while I'm working because I've got the official version, I've got the Anna Pantsu version, I've got the Caleb Hales version, all in my work playlist. I got an appetite for sampling every drug and sex toy I can find. Go ahead, baby, sing that song. Come on. Got no holes left to the flower. I sold my soul to save my power. Now I'm on that demon's league. I'm trapped and it gets worse with every hour. Loser, baby, a loser, but just maybe if we get shit together. One dark different. Loser, just like he's fucking singing. Yeah, not gonna lie, I actually thought that was going to be when um one of them was brought into the hotel. I couldn't figure out if it was Husk recruiting Angel or this was after Angel trying to recruit Husk, but I wasn't expecting both of them to be there from the start. No, it definitely didn't. You never. Well, it definitely had a much lighter ending than like the first 2/3, 3/4 even. Hmm. Because I'd heard that song before, I knew that Husk was like under Alistair's control. And it also is said that he wouldn't be there if Alistair hadn't been making him in episode 1. Didn't realize he was an overlord though. So it does seem like all overlords deal with souls. Because you've got the. Well, again, no, we only know of Valentino, um, Alistair, and Husk now as being overlords who dealt with souls. And it does seem like they do give a boost of power. Is that the full source of their power, or is owning a soul separate to Overlord? I'm still not entirely sure on that. But yeah, part of the reason I like that song so much, other than just, again, the charisma that the actors bring to it, because Keith David just in that song is great, is that it sort of flexes both my vocal ranges, because I go deep, but I can also do the high as well. And of course, when they're singing together, I just use my normal voice, which, in my opinion, sounds the worst out of all of them. But yeah, so the fact that I'm able to sing against myself is part of why I like that song as much. I have a tendency to sing duets and like group songs by myself more than I do single singer songs. It helps me pass the time while I'm at work. But yeah, I didn't expect. Like, I knew Valentino was bad. Like, we'd seen some in the in episode 2. We got a semblance of the idea. Plus, I'd heard Poison. And because of Thieves, I try to avoid listening to Poison that often. But yeah, it's worse than I was expecting. And unfortunately, this episode did nothing to resolve it or anything. Like, it made it worse, really. But I just don't know how that's going to be fixed, which means that may be just a continuing theme, is Angel being under one of the V's, which, if the V's do become like a major antagonistic force to the hotel, how is he going to act against Valentino? But I also don't want to see him being forced to act against the hotel. Like, so hopefully it does get sorted out before then, because it does seem like he's physically incapable of standing against Valentino, especially when he uses that smoke control to like bind him and that. So it's gonna be very interesting. But he did seem to strike up a proper like camaraderie with Husk once they both bared their souls in that. It's interesting. Okay. I just looked up Husk to see if my thoughts about him earlier were correct, given the whole seemingly sex adverse personality in that. Possibly being that he's ace like Alistair. But no, he's actually Pan, which. Okay. I guess that also makes sense, considering if he doesn't vibe with Angel's character, he's not going to be accepting of his advances and all that. And we know he doesn't vibe with Nifty in that way, so when she started doing the I'm ready to punish people, he's like, yep, no, I'm out of here. But that could also just be a doesn't want to be on the receiving end of whatever Nifty considers a punishment, considering she's willing to jump and fall on her face for fun. So, okay. Yeah, it's gonna be interesting, because I have heard that the Husk Angel relationship, well, pairing, is the biggest ship out of this show, considering Vaggie and Charlie are an established relationship. And honestly, up until this episode, I hadn't seen anything that really led towards it, except for the fact that Husk was the only one who caught Angel in the trustful exercise, and then immediately dropped him again. But yeah, no, I can definitely see it after the end of this episode. But anyway, this will be the last episode of this show I'm able to record before my holiday, which means Woo! 2 month break before I get to watch episode 5. So, hopefully, I'm going to remember my comments and everything, and the things I wanted to talk about from future episodes. Hopefully, I'll remember to check my notes when it gets to them, but yeah. With that being said, I'll catch you in the next one.